right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, whenever you're watching this. We are here for another episode of Epic Live, and I am your host, our athletic and event coordinator here at the Epic, JJ Jefferson. Today, I've actually got two very special guests joining me for our next episode. To my left, we've got the reincarnation of excellence, Mr. Kari Wright.
Yes, sir. That is me.
And right next to him, we have the shining truth, Mr. Demo Diamond.
Yo.
What's up, you guys? So today we're kind of just here to recap all things professional wrestling that's been going on here at the Epic. But before we get into that, kind of just the icebreaker for the audience watching and you guys as well, just want to kind of get to know you guys a little bit more as how you kind of bring your characters to life. So Demo, we'll start with you. Like, where did you come up with the shining truth and how do you make that your own?
Okay, so if we're just being realistic, I had like 4 nicknames before this. And then I finally landed on the shining truth that what that stood for me was like not so much of, I don't know, it's weird. It's a weird blend, but I chose the nickname because from where I'm from, basically, I grew up in Everman and Stopsig, so not the greatest places, but so I took that moniker as a bright spot for my city. And Demo Diamond came along because I was the hidden gem Demo Diamond at first, and that just alliteration just works for me.
Right.
I wasn't expecting this to be a giant thing, but I guess that's kind of where it originated from.
No, that's what's up, man. I mean, it's definitely growing, especially around the MPX addicts, and hopefully here at the Epic as we continue more of our wrestling shows as well.
Hey, I need Revolver to put me on the show, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, we're going to talk a lot about Revolver here in a little bit.
I want to be back on it.
Don't worry, guys. This is the place to be because Revolver has eyes on this. And speaking of eyes, Kari, you know, a lot of people have had eyes on you over the past year, Mr. Reincarnation of Excellence.
Yes,
how did that come around?
So that was, well, let me give you a little backstory. For those that don't know, I started out as Top Flight Kari Wright. That was the OG me, I guess. Bars by accident. You heard it? But anyways, I ran with that for a little bit. In general, I'm not necessarily a character. I'm really me, like 100% of the time.
Right.
Am I?
No, and literally.
The only person that I can play is me.
Right.
Like, it's hard to try to be something that I'm not.
Right.
But where the reincarnation of excellence came from, I felt like something, I needed like some kind of change, whether it be like in wrestling or in actual life.
Right.
So the reincarnation of excellence is actually like a mantra, I guess, or a motto kind of, you know, or statement that I live by in my own head.
Excuse me.
Because where I came from, you know, I wasn't too, I know it's crazy to see now, you guys. I wasn't too confident in myself. You know, I was like, dang, I'm ugly. My dreads is ugly. You know, I was down bad. It was a sad time. So that's where the reincarnation comes from. It's like a phoenix rising.
Right.
So the reincarnation of excellence is really the excellence that I've always seen within myself. It's always been there, and it's only up until maybe when I started doing this, like 2 years ago, that it's kind of like fully fleshed out. So
yeah, no,
that's where that came from.
I
And not
mean,
a lot of people know that. So.
Hey, and that's kind of why, you know, like I said, we're doing this episode of Epic Live to kind of not only put some shine on you guys, but also, like, you know, we've got the Texas indie scene is taking off here in the Epic, the community that we're trying to build with MPX, with Revolver. So not only to get their name out there, but this is an opportunity for you guys to put your name out there as well. And like you said, to touch on, you've been doing this, you know, a couple years in MPX. Demo, I just recently found out from you not too long ago that this was your rookie year.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah, like it's insane how fast time flies, you know. And, you know, just kind of the sidebar here for the audience, you know, my wife never really knew anything about professional wrestling. She was like, it's soap opera for guys. Like, why are you so intrigued into this?
Man, it's everything.
It is everything. And now that's her exact reaction, because now she's like, oh yeah, Saturday we going to the show. We got a babysit. We're going to the show.
Yeah.
So now it's like, not only is she getting involved in it, you guys have seen with my coworkers, my team, the word is starting to get out there more, so more people are starting to buy in as well. And kind of to touch on the buy-in, because this is one of the things that I personally wanted to talk to both of you about. Your entrance themes at MPX. Honestly, for me, probably top 5. How did y'all kind of play around with finding that right song of choice for your entrance?
You want to go first?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Before I answer that, who's number 1?
You know what? Honestly, right now I'm kind of torn.
That is...
If there's a tie,
Just don't say Tommy Becker.
no.
Oh,
But,
for real.
between you and the Scorn, those are like my top 2 that are like
You heard
neck
that?
and neck.
So
You
I'm
heard
like,
that demo?
so where am I?
Demo,
on this list?
you're a solid 3.
Solid
like,
5.
You are
Solid
right
3.
there at a
Okay.
solid 3.
Okay.
Solid 5.
Okay.
Solid 5. Maybe 5.5. Maybe.
This is why I don't like you. I swear.
But anyways, like my song Run for Cover by Phantom Passenger, I've actually heard this song on my block. It was like one episode they played it, and I heard it a time prior to that.
Right.
So when they played the episode, I was like, oh, snap. And then I looked it up on YouTube, and apparently it was on Power, I think.
It
Yeah.
sure was.
Yeah, it was on
was.
some episode of Power, and
It
I've never
was.
seen Power yet.
You got to watch it.
I will.
You got to watch it.
I will, because I hear it's really dope.
Oh, it's good.
And so as I'm looking for a theme song, I'm like, man, bro, it was like I had like 10, 15 songs that I was like, okay, I could potentially use this one. I could use this one. I could use this
me.
one. But I also got to listen to like what they saying in the song.
Right.
Because like the beat can go crazy. It can be
Right.
dope. But if they saying like some wild stuff, then it's not going to make sense.
Yeah.
So that's why I picked that song, because it kind of shows like, that inner savage, that inner beast.
That it
inside.
does.
That's why I picked it.
I mean, for me, so I'm the opposite. So I had like 6 theme songs before this, but all by the same artist. I'm a KB kind of guy. One, because I enjoy my Christian rap, you know what I'm saying? But it's also a message that within the songs that where I'm comfortable displaying what I'm displaying.
Right.
But when I came up with Talk to Me Nice, it was originally supposed to be me and his theme song for The Vision. But I think I was using I Ain't Done by Andy Mineo, and it sounded too much like it wasn't giving the vibe that I wanted to give off. So I was like, I was listening through His Glory Alone 2 or whatever, and I listened to Talk to Me Nice, and it just displays what kind of character I am. I mean, brash, arrogant, whatever, but like it's so much so that where you have to respect what I'm doing. Like,
Right.
it's no way you gonna be like, oh well, yeah, he's okay. No, like,
You got to talk to him nice, or you going to get them hands.
Hey,
Next level.
that is exactly true. No, I completely agree with both of what you're saying. And actually, Carter, to piggyback on you, man, the first time I heard your song, I was like, what do I know this? And then working here at the Epic, it's actually in our playlist.
Yeah,
and I was
seen it.
like, okay, this is not, like, I've heard it on TV. I'm hearing it at work. Why do I know this? And then I came to a show, ironically enough, Purple Rain, where you had hands down probably entrance of the year last year. And then I played it on Siri, and it was like, Run for Cover. And I was like, Power. As soon as I saw the title, I was like, yeah, I know exactly where this came from. So as soon as you check out Power, we'll chat.
I got
We're
you.
definitely
Look,
chat.
the moment I like watched the episode where it actually played or whatnot, I'll message you.
That sounds like a plan. That's a bet. And you guys kind of touched on it here, and that was actually one of the things I was going to ask y'all about with your wrestling career. Not only are you guys single stars, MPX and everywhere else that you are, but you guys are also a tag team, The Vision. Where did that come into? Was it your idea? Was it Demo's idea? Was it?
All right, so I'll take the lead on this one.
Go ahead, buddy.
It was more of my idea. I seen that one, wrestling is hurting for tag teams, so I mean, if you get into wrestling, you need to be a tag team. But logically, it was hurting for tag teams, and me and Kari have worked together off and on. Like, we did like some tag matches where we worked against each other, and I mean, ebbs and flows of who you have chemistry with, and plus I've rode in the car with Kari a bunch of times, and we've just had genuine conversations to where I'm like, okay, well, it's a connection,
Right.
but my idea was we play so much off of each other, and we're able to kind of ebb and flow with each other so much that I was like, it's like we have to do something, right?
Right.
And then when we got the TWC at MPX, I was like, okay, I was like, all right, like
had
I
to
was
sigh.
feeling it, right?
It's okay.
I was like, okay, well, this is working. And then I was like, hey, Kari, well, what do you think about, taking this outside of MPX and let's, whatever. And we debuted in Georgia. And once we debuted in Georgia, I was like, oh, this is surefire.
Nice.
Surefire.
I mean, yeah,
Anything
he
you
pretty
wanna-
much told it.
You want to chip in anything?
But
bro?
if you wanna know the real story, he bribed me. All right, this is what happened. So no, I'm joking. No, but like he was saying, like we do have good chemistry, and then we train together pretty much all the time.
right.
It was just something that kind of naturally just kind of molded itself together. And there's still more to come. We just at the beginning, and we already looked at as like one of the most hottest tag teams that's in Texas.
Yeah, no, I was literally talking to Demo about that because I was like, when are we going to see the vision happen here in Texas? Like you mentioned, you had your Georgia debut,
Yeah.
and everyone loved it. But, like, when are we getting the vision in Texas?
Soon. That's all I could say because, I mean, it's we got
Coming soon.
something brewing in Lone Star. We got some stuff in Austin that soon to come to fruition. But also, I want to touch on this real quick. Kari, I watched the Kari match. I think this was when I want to say a sophomore in high school.
This before you started?
Yeah, before I started.
Oh,
So
I
I
know
was
this
like a
story.
sophomore, maybe going into my junior year. And I was like, oh, I seen a Kari match. And I was like, this is like, I want to wrestle now. Like him, Exodus are the local guys that inspired me to wrestle. So it's just like kind of cool to be like, kind of brothers with somebody that inspired me to, go ahead and wrestle.
No, that's very dope, man. I mean, Kari is definitely, like I said, one of the top guys right now. I mean, people talk about
Appreciate
you left and right. You've put the time in, you've put the work in, you've got all the accolades that show that. And like you piggyback too off of Exodus. I mean, you guys have had, I don't even know how many, but banger after banger at MPX and alone, no matter where you go. Like, I'm sure you steal the show. And Demo, you're just getting started and you're building that following too. Like you said, a little brash. People are still getting used to you. But at the end of the day, you're starting to build your own following as well, man.
Exactly.
And that leads right into, my next point I wanted to talk to y'all about. The recent success that both of you guys have had at MPX. We'll kind of start with Kari this time around. Former MPX champion. I know that kind of stings a little because it stings me too. But but I know you're gonna get your bounce back, and you have a shot upcoming at the Texas Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
You getting your shine back?
I will get my shine back. All right, because that's what the reincarnation of excellence does.
Exactly.
Tommy Becker has gotten one up on me. I've gotten one up on him. So I would say we pretty much even by this point.
Right.
But a little secret for those that attend MPX. The TWC are the real good guys here. All right? Because
Please,
we
enlighten
deal with
us.
constant trial and tribulation. All we just trying to do is succeed out here and do what we can to make a high quality wrestling program. Am I wrong, Demo?
No, not at all.
But yet they have Jamie Aller, who's in cahoots with Tommy Becker. If you've been at MPX for a long time, they have a long history with each other.
And he's the reason Tommy Becker got another title shot.
See? You see what I'm saying?
I'm here for it. I've seen it all unfold.
And then I only lost it because it was in a match that specializes in something that Tommy Becker does.
But
that is the ankle lock.
The thing is, you didn't even tap.
That is true. I didn't tap.
You
'cause
did not
forget him.
tap.
I'll die before I tap. All right? I'll pass out before I tap to Tommy Becker. Okay?
Oh, that's fine.
And so when we come up here at the Texas Rumble here in 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
I believe. I'm getting my title back.
Okay.
It's going to happen. And my boy Demo here,
I'm winning.
tell
the
him what
Texas
you
Rumble.
about to do.
I'm winning the Texas Rumble. I mean, I got Sky and whatever this tournament is, but again, let's be real here. I am the true athlete to win this Texas Rumble. I mean, nobody has done what I've done in MPX in 1 year. I have main event in MPX so many times that I can't count.
Yeah.
I've been in every major storyline pretty much. I was in the MPX title run when I first got here.
Yeah.
I won the Addicts Championship. Let's not talk about the ending. But
We can
but-
talk about it.
Cavins.
but I I have literally done what no rookie has done in MPX, and
Right.
that's be the forefront of MPX the year they step in.
That is true. And kind of to piggyback on what you were saying, for those that don't really follow MPX or that's getting new to MPX, the Texas Rumble is one of the biggest shows that MPX puts on. It is taking place in 2 weeks, February 3rd. And for those of you that are professional wrestling fans like I am and like our guests here, it's basically a play on the Royal Rumble. You've got 30 of the top athletes, not just that MPX has to offer, but kind of
All over.
all over that
yep.
are vying for that one spot, and that is to headline Destiny, which is coming here to the Epic in March. We'll touch on that here in a little bit. But the winner of the Rumble headlines Destiny for a shot at the title. So I don't want to put it out there, but is it kind of in the back of your mind?
Listen,
What if we gotta? Me and him gotta go.
If y'all headline Destiny, I mean, is that in the back of your mind at all?
listen. Me and Kari have faced each other multiple times. Whether,
I've won those.
anyways,
Keep going.
anyways,
Keep going.
whether we gotta face each other or not, it's gonna be the match of the night,
Right.
regardless. I mean, and may the best man win. I mean, this is technically my brother, and don't siblings fight?
That is true.
Yeah.
I've yet to see this match happen, but I feel like down the road, eventually it will, and I'm all in for it. Like, I want to see that happen at some point in time. I want that for both of y'all.
Yeah, that's what we gotta do. That's what we
Well,
gotta
okay.
do. But hey, I'm keeping that title.
I don't know about that one, Chief. But it's
All
all
right.
right.
Don't be surprised you see some tactics get done.
Hey.
I'm telling you right now.
I study tape, dog.
That's
I study
fine.
tape.
That's fine. Study all the tape you need. It's not gonna help.
I don't know about that one.
So, speaking of study tape, I got to ask you before we jump into the next topic, what are both of your predictions for the Rumble? Demo, I already know you already thrown your hat in there. You're good. Oh,
winning.
before I forget to get your predictions, you mentioned there's a tournament going on that you are a part of.
Yep.
Winner of said tournament is going to get the golden ticket, basically, of the 30 spot.
Yep.
So you get
that's
to
right.
come in last if you win the tournament.
Ain't no if. It's win. Look, we got
Talk it.
Sky Dela Cremosa. Right?
Nah.
I beat Sky 3 out of the 5 times that we've wrestled.
Right.
Correct? And not only that, I made his manager, Isaac Mazer, leave him in the middle of the ring. Because this Sky is soft. This Sky ain't Sky Dela Cremosa that we all used to know. He's soft. He's going soft. And then we got Matlock and Red Chambers. Red haven't really been in MPX since.
He's edgy now. Remember that he's edgy.
Yeah, he's Raven, I guess. But and Matlock, I mean, me and Matlock have yet to lock up 1-on-1. But I mean, let's look at the real athlete here. It's me.
All right, so I seem to know where Demo's head is for the Rumble prediction-wise. Kari, what about you, man?
What, for my title match or the Rumble?
No, your prediction for the Rumble, like,
Either Demo, Kaimi Day, and we can throw Nick in there. Is Nick in the Rumble?
Hey,
like-
that'd be great. But I don't know.
Can
Hey,
he
Lance might be
officiate?
in there too. You never know.
Or Slim. We
Oh,
haven't
oh,
seen
see,
Slim in a
Slim,
minute.
Slim.
Gotta keep that under wraps.
I mean, like, surprise entrants are a thing, so I would not be surprised if Nick is somehow involved in the Rumble. But it's whatever. It is what it is. It's in 2 weeks. If you haven't followed MPX, now is definitely a good time to get on board because we actually have something we want to show all the viewers from our last show that we put together last year. And Kari, Demo, this is kind of the turnout from Texas Toasted. This was the very first time we've ever done a pro wrestling show here at the Epic. Again, this is kind of the brainchild that I helped to create. Being such an addict, such a fan of not only MPX but professional wrestling, and having the title that I do here to put on events,
Yeah.
I was like, why not put these two elements together and let's do it. Palmer was on board, MPX was on board, the stars were all on board, and for the very first show, this was a sellout of over 500 people. And then
Yeah, it was thick. It
Yeah.
was a lot of people.
yeah,
there.
it was a lot. And then we did it again in October, and we had over 600 people come out. And for both of y'all kind of knowing that, like, what was your initial reaction seeing the two shows we did last year?
Surreal. Like, still like really just being grateful that a lot of people just support wrestling, as you can clearly see.
Right.
Like it's still surreal to see like even like 20 people like just to show up. Like you're just grateful for just everybody.
Right.
For me, I wasn't here at Texas Toasted. I think I wrestled that night, but I did come. What was
the Tales from the Ring in October?
Yeah, and man, the aura, the atmosphere, second to none.
Just crazy.
Second to none.
No, I definitely love it. I mean, like you said, I'm trying to bring all of this together, and the fact that, like I said, I got to put this together, just looking back on it brings back memories, because I remember talking to some of the people, and we had folks not just from this part of Central Texas, but we had people from like West Texas, Oklahoma. There was a couple people that came out from Idaho that flew all the way out here.
Revolver fans, man.
Yeah, exactly, because it's the partnership that MPX has built with the Wrestling Revolver.
Yeah.
For those of you that are out there that are pro wrestling fans, you know about Sami Callihan, and Wrestling Revolver is Callahan's child, basically, because he puts on show after show after show, and typically they're out in the Northeast, but here in Texas, it's safe to say this is the home for Revolver and for MPX down the road.
Oh, definitely.
I would have to agree. I even had some people that I knew in high school. They came through.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm putting people in seats.
Hey, we are all out here to put people in seats. And speaking of seats, we're getting ready for the next show that's upcoming that we're doing together, MPX and Revolver. And it's actually, for those of you that are watching and see it on the screen, it's going to be Whatashow. Saturday, February 17th, 2024. Whatashow is happening here at the Epic. You can get your tickets, revolvertickets.com. If you follow Wrestling Revolver, you follow MPX on social media, you can kind of see these graphics floating around of who's going to be here. And this is kind of just a collab I put together, but the main one that really stands out to me, and Demo, Kari, I'll kind of ask you guys for what you know as well. The fact that we have a singles match featuring Chris Bay and Leo Rush, like that is probably a dream match.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good match. Definitely one I got my eyes on, because I'm trying to get a one-on-one with both of them.
Oh, same here.
Oh.
Yeah, I need that smoke.
I definitely need the smoke with Leo. One of the reasons I got into wrestling in general, just charisma, the way he moves and everything. Plus, he reminds me a lot of somebody else. And I need the smoke. I need the smoke.
I was tempted to say the name, and then I saw the eye contact. I was like, let me not.
But
I'll save it for later.
The match I'm excited for is Monster Sauce.
Okay.
Versus Grizzled Young Vets. I love the Grizzled Young Vets in the ring, and this is my first time actually getting to see them work in person.
Right.
So that's another one
I can piggyback on that, because I remember last time when the Rascals actually debuted as a tag team, my inner wrestling geek was like, oh my God, the Rascals are going to be here, and I get to see them like 15 feet in front of me do their thing. Like, this is insane. And Grizzled Young Veterans is another team that I remember watching their career just on TV, but now to see them in person, like, this is going to be pretty cool for me. But Kari, other than Chris Bay and Leo Rush, like, what kind of stands out to you on the upcoming show?
I see that Speedball. Has he been put in a match yet?
Not yet.
I don't think so.
He's been announced.
I'm trying to throw my hat in the ring. Trying to throw my name in there.
Oh.
Speedball versus Kari Jawrai. Let's do it. I'm ready for it.
Okay.
Mansoor versus Demo Diamond.
Both of those are dream matches that I would be a fan of seeing. And kind of just looking at the top, the debut of Ares. I don't know how to pronounce it, because I've never really followed much. But I saw that he's going to be in a tag team match with Gringo Loco, who is, if you follow Revolver, Gringo Loco's been tearing it up out there in the Northeast.
Definitely.
Nah, he's been doing his thing all over. Like, even GCW, like, he's been putting in mad work. And I've actually been in a multi-man with him before.
Really?
So I got some prior experience to Gringo Loco.
Oh, nice.
See, I wasn't wrestling when Gringo debuted and did the multi-man, but me and Gringo have had conversation after conversation. Dope dude.
Love it. But yeah, Whatashow is coming soon, Saturday, February 17th. If you have not gotten your tickets, I cannot stress this enough. I'm sure Demo will echo it, Kari will echo it, MPX will say it as a whole because their weekly show on Saturday sells out. But this show will sell out if you have not gotten your tickets. Revolvertickets.com. Get your tickets for Whatashow. And to kind of, wrap things up and close things off before we officially send it off, I got to know for you guys, because here at the Epic, as of right now, we have 4 official shows on the books.
Okay.
We've got Whatashow in February. We've got the MPX Destiny, the biggest show of the year, coming to the Epic in March, spring break weekend, March 16th. And we've got 2 other future shows in the books.
Yeah.
But for the both of you, what is one dream match that you have going into this year? Whether it's MPX related, MPX Revolver related. Yeah, put you guys on the hot seat here.
I mean, I got a few, but these are TV guys. So I don't know if that necessarily counts.
I mean, we've had TV guys show up at the last Revolver show. Keith Lee, Lance Archer.
Yeah, you're right.
The Rascals.
So I wanted the smoke with Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Kenny Omega, and like a recent one because I premiered on AEW Collision.
Oh yeah.
Swerve Strickland. I want that one. I want that one real bad.
My inner wrestling fan is now screaming, yes, I could totally want to see that one. 100,000%, I would get a ticket
like
for that.
That's one of the newer ones that are like on my list. I'm like, yeah, he's for sure one because what he's been doing lately is insane.
Yeah.
Crazy. For me, all right, mine's a little drawn back, but I need my one-on-one with Brick Savage. They need to stop ducking me.
Oh my gosh.
Give me Shane T. Another reason that I'm in this is Shane Taylor. So I need my one-on-one with Shane. And then one for me, a big one, and he's on that, Whatashow, is Leo. And then I really need this one. I want to face Myron Reed.
Oh.
Hands down. The Young Goat versus the Shining Truth has to headline something.
I mess with that. I like that. One more name. Brian Keith. Brian Keith.
Oh yeah, BK.
BK.
You know what's funny?
The Black Halo Man.
Brian Keith was actually announced for this show, but
yeah.
I don't think he has a match yet.
Yeah, I know.
Potentially Brian Keith versus Kari, right?
I'm calling it wherever it gotta be. It can be outside in the parking lot. Brian Keith versus Kari Wright. I'm waiting. It's gonna happen because I'm speaking it. It's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sooner rather than later.
Man, this is why I enjoy doing what I'm doing, because now I'm even more enthralled and looking forward to this year and what potentially is going to come out of all of this. But of course, I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. Definitely don't want to take up too much of our viewers' time. But thank you both, Kari, Demo, for coming out here, being a part of this, especially this whole journey of being in Grand Prairie. What a city to be in. I know you guys are used to being out there in Bedford. But what's kind of your takeaway of Epic Central being here?
I remember when y'all were like just now kind of under construction. I still remember all that when Epic wasn't even like really here yet. And by that time, I was living in Midlothian around that time. So a lot of what I know, I lived in Arlington for about a decade and maybe some change.
Right.
So I've been around, seen everything. But the Epic, like this is exactly what it is. Like, it's epic. They got everything here.
Oh, yeah,
podcast stations, gym, video games, big old indoor water park, snacks, basketball, everything, man. Everything's here.
Yeah, no. I grew up in Fort Worth, so this just a whole new level of it's crazy. Like it's epic. I mean, that's the only thing.
See,
that's the only way you can really describe it.
That's literally in our name. But again, thank you guys for joining us today, being a part of Epic Live, and looking forward to seeing you both here Saturday, February 17th for Whatashow. And even more so, looking forward to seeing y'all here for Destiny in March. And for all of you that are watching and joining in, if you feel free, like I said, join us here at the Epic. Come get a membership. Come check out a tour. Come check out some professional wrestling. I mean, we've got 4 solid shows on the book this year with MPX and Revolver. And again, if you have not gotten your tickets, revolvertickets.com. And if you want to follow more MPX, because we've said that a lot this show, weekly running Saturday night in Bedford. It is the best weekly.
I was gonna say the best weekly running show.
I picked up what was being put down, but yes, MPX is the best weekly running wrestling show here in Texas, and it's literally like 15 minutes from where we are now, out in Bedford. So, Kari, Demo, thank you guys again. Thank y'all for joining, and we'll see you on the next episode of Epic Live.
Thank you.
Deuces.